Hey guys, good morning. Colby from Muffler Tech, PriusCats.com, and StolenCats.com again. Today I'm here to talk to you about a product that has been brought to us by a customer that's called the Cat Strap. And I want to show you kind of what their intentions are with this product and what it takes to install it. So stay tuned. So here's the Cat Strap in action, or what we're looking at here. And basically it's a high heat material that's wrapped over what I believe to be a bunch of separate pieces of cable in here. Pretty well made product. Pretty good idea here to stick the warning on here, and you can see how long it is here. It's probably about 72 inches long. The other side here has what looks like to be like a black duct tape, and supposedly this with heat becomes its own adhesive material. We'll find out here as we get this installed. But let me show you why this is potentially a problem. The vehicle we're under right now is a Honda Element, and there's not a lot of room on this exhaust system. You know, what we're looking at protecting is this right here. This is our factory catalytic converter here. And if you look at the amount of pipe that we have surrounding here, the head pipe comes down from there, and it's covered in this heat shield material, which is fairly thin. Here's what comes with the kit right here. Is designed to kind of pull tight. It's a stainless steel, like a zip tie almost, and you pull the cat strap tight against the pipe, and it kind of wraps around here. We have another one sitting here getting ready for the installation. But again, the issue is the amount of stuff that's in this area of exhaust, fairly congested. You have a spring bolt section here, so that cat strap's going to have to kind of wrap over the top of that. Then it goes around the pipe here, and I'm not sure if their intention is to stop here or to go down along the muffler and then up here again, and then we have another muffler, and so we're going to see how this all works, and I'll give you an idea. We are certainly proponents of having more options when it comes to securing catalytic converters as often as we're seeing these stolen. Just not sure this particular product is going to work real well in this application. All right, so you can see how we positioned it here, and it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. But see all the extra hanging off the end there. I have spoken with a gentleman at Cat Strap, very nice guy, very knowledgeable about his product, but he wasn't real familiar with the setup on the Element specifically. But see, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take it here in front of the Cat, and we're going to have to try to clamp this tight. You can see the silver zip tie piece, the stainless piece that comes with it, and then there's one here post, and then we have all this extra here that's going to have to go over the top of the resonator, and then we're going to end up clamping it somewhere in here in the muffler, and just kind of see what to do with this extra. Anyway, we'll see how it works out. You'll see in the next take of what that looks like. So you can see we use clamps here, which don't come with the kit, unfortunately. And being a regular or full-service muffler shop, we don't usually use clamps that much. But what I'm showing you here is with the clamps, we're actually welding the nuts on the clamps so that somebody can't simply just unbolt them and take them off. Kind of defeats the whole purpose, in my opinion. If they were able to unbolt these and take them off, they would still have to deal with these stainless straps in their defense. But it seems a little bit silly to put the clamps on and not tack weld them, because we have the ability to do so. Here you can see where we had too much extra, so we kind of snaked it around and ended up ending here between the resonator and the muffler. I'll show you the other side here. So you can see how it kind of wraps up around, makes its way. Here you can see the stainless steel straps they give you here. Our exhaust clamp here that he just welded, and then we try to expose this here on the outside so it's easy to see. Stainless strap here, and then it goes around the catalytic converter, and up here we do another exhaust clamp again where we just showed you welding, and then here's the other strap. Now the tricky part on the Element with this product is up here. You can see this is the factory heat shield right here. You can't put a clamp around this, an exhaust clamp, because it'll squish it down and make it rattle, and and modify its ability to work well as a heat shield, because you want to have an air gap between there. So we're not doing that. What we did was we fished the stainless zip tie up behind this heat shield, went around it. This is just the best we can do with this particular product. All right, so this customer also purchased what evidently is the full package from Cat Strap. This is what they call their cat eye. And what you see here in the components is, this is the siren, which gets mounted underneath the hood. And then of course you have all the wiring here. And then this is the eye, or the motion sensor here. And then the wiring comes back here, and you just wire it directly to the battery. These are the remotes that control it here, but we got a negative and a positive post, so it's always seeing 12 volts. And the idea is, you hook this up, it always has power, and at night you arm it, and in the morning you disarm it. Interesting idea. This motion sensor is going to be a thermal style motion sensor. So what it's looking for is a difference in heat temperature. So if somebody were to come under here and try to cut this out, they'd be dealing with the cables that are inside of this here, which move around and prevent the saw from being able to penetrate very quickly. But while they were under here, we're going to mount that motion sensor somewhere under here that will see motion and potentially set that siren off. All right, so we're under the hood now, and the idea is we take the siren module here, and we're going to find a place to mount it, maybe here on the firewall or somewhere here. And then, of course, we have the two leads here. This one goes to 12 volts positive right to the battery, and then the negative, we're going to ground again right to the battery there. Once that's hooked up and this is mounted, then this wire here leads to the motion sensor. Now, Cat Strap is telling me this is water resistant. We will see. Time will tell. I'm interested to see how that's going to work, because it doesn't look like there's any sort of grommet right here where the wire goes into this unit. And these tend to be very sensitive to moisture. But again, time will tell. So this will then get fished down into the backside there. We're going to make sure we tie it up so that this wiring here doesn't touch anything hot. Again, we'll see how it goes. All right, so the battery connections here, I'll show you real quick. There was enough left on the end of the bolt that comes through and holds this for us to add an additional nut here on each one. That way we didn't have to disconnect the battery. So again, here's our ground, here's our positive lead. We're going to tie these up with the wires lead around. There's where we mounted the siren there. Used a couple of self-tappers, which kit doesn't come with, by the way. Went right into the firewall, and then you can see here's the wire that's running down. Kind of hard to see where it goes, but it's going to end up down there to go underneath the vehicle. All right, here's our finished underhood install. Not real technical, not real difficult. Just be prepared with the right tools and the right hardware, because as we mentioned, they don't come with all that stuff. Okay, well, let's show you how we did the motion sensor. So, not a lot of good places under here on the element. You would think maybe this cross member, but the sway bar is in the way, and then you don't want to get it too close to the exhaust system and put it here from the heat dispersion from the exhaust. We don't want to get it too hot. So we chose this location right here. This is the drive line to the rear, and this is an all-wheel drive model. And if you have all-wheel drive, it's important to make sure that when you're pointing the motion sensor, you point it over the top of the drive line. You don't want the motion to be interrupted by a piece of steel. This, again, as I mentioned earlier, is looking for temperature. So it's a thermal sensor, meaning that if the ambient temperature out here is 80 degrees and a 98.5 degree human comes under here, the eyes that are in this are gonna differentiate the temperature change and know that there's motion moving under here. It's going to be very interesting to see what this is like for the owner of this vehicle, speaking to like animals and stuff coming under here at night. So let's give this thing a test. Here's the remote here, and the A arms it. so that's the arm signal. Now we know that the system is armed. I didn't even walk underneath it yet. I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know if it's confirming that it was armed or not, but let's see what happens when we get underneath it here. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting my hand around it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe the knee. Okay, there we go. So it's picking up my motion and it's going off. Yeah, there we go. Now I walk away. And now that I'm no longer there, it doesn't go off. Let's go back again. So clearly it's working, and I don't know how much you can hear in the video how obnoxious that is, but that's pretty loud. The question is going to be whether or not that's something people are willing to put up with in their driveway with animals and such. All right, so that's an example of the cat strap and their cat eye motion sensor. Both good ideas. It'll be very interesting to see how they actually work in real life. The remote, as I was showing you here, let's see, so the A arms it, all right? And when you arm it, it goes off for about a second or so. When you disarm it, it doesn't do anything, which I'm not a big fan of. I like to have an audible kind of recognition that I've actually turned the thing off. But we'll have to see how this works. We'll check in with our customer. But as always, I wanted to kind of stay ahead of what we know about catalytic converter theft and the different products that are out there. I'm going to attach a video of our theft deterrent product that we offer here at Muffler Tech that I believe is a better option than this particular product here, and not getting down on somebody's idea. I think it's a good one, and it's also one that potentially can be installed at home. Now, for reference, we're a professional shop, and we have tools and equipment to do this sort of thing, and that took us the better part of an hour. I would plan on, if you're going to buy the cat strap and do the cat eye with the install, I would plan on at least a couple of hours at home. And yeah, again, hope this was helpful. Please see our other videos, like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to post things on the catalytic converter topics and other things around automotive interest in the exhaust world. And hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.